अथ युवस्य उदं सुषिः स समानस्तन्मनः स पर्जन्यस्तदेतत् कीर्तिश्च विष्टिश्चेत्युपासीत कीर्तिमान् विष्टिमान् भवति एवं वेद. अथ then yo asya udang sushi, that which is its northern door or hole, sa samanaha, that is the samana vayu or the samana upadika brahma. It is a brahman where the adjunct of the particular form of vayu, air, called as samana, and that is identified with the mind, manaha. And that mind is identified with its deity, the clouds. Clouds means in the sense here, the deity presiding over the clouds. Devada. Parjanya Abhimani Devada. Tadetat. That which is thus. O Ityupasita is to be meditated as Kirtischa, Vyushtischa, fame and lustrousness, gracefulness. Kirti means fame. And the difference I told already, it will come here also in Bhashya. Vishti means usually it's like gracefulness. And also it's in lustrousness also. Kirtiman, Vishtiman bhavati evam veda. He whosoever knows this and meditates will also become Kirtiman, will become famous and will become graceful or will have a lustrous body. Atha yavasya udam sushihi. Yo asya, that which is of this Harda Brahma, the Brahma existing or enshrined in the heart of that which is the northern hall, the northern door, Udaggata, that which is facing towards the north. Sushihi, the door, the hall, Tatstho, that which exists there, the particular form of air. Which is that? The samana vayu. Why it is called a samana? He says, so ashita pite samam nayati iti samana. Because that Brahman, which is of this adjunct, what it does, it distributes equally all that we eat and drink all over the body. Samam nayati, distributes equally all over the body. What it distributes? Ashita pite, all that we eat and drink is distributed equally all over the body by that particular form of vayu. Therefore, that particular form of vayu where is called as samana. And that is the upadi here, the adjunct of Brahman at the northern facing door. Tat sambadham mano. And to that vayu, that a special form of air, the particular form of air called samana, or samana upadika Brahma, that which is related to it is the internal organ, the mind. Mana means antakaranam. Not only mind, but take the whole antakaranam, the whole internal organ. That is again identified, related and connected to Saparjanyo, the deity that presides over the rains. Vrishtyatmako Deva, the deity that presides over the rains. Parjanya nimittascha apa iti, because water comes from the clouds. Parjanya nimitta cha apa. Without rains, there will be no water. Therefore, rains are the cause for water. Manasa srishtha apascha varunascha. Somebody may ask, how you are linking this? The mind, water, the rains and all. He says, this is the Shruti of that Virat. From the mind was created the water and the deity presiding over that water called Varuna. Tadetat, that which is thus should be meditated upon as Kirtischa. Manaso Jnanasya Kirtitutva. Why you want to meditate on it as Kirti? Because it is the knowledge possessed in the mind, by the mind. That is the cause for fame. Buddhi, jad buddhi. No knowledge. He will not get famous. He will not become famous at all. It is because of knowledge that everybody will be knowing that person. He will be gaining name and fame all over the world because of his own knowledge. Now he's giving the difference. Before also it was came, you told, because of knowledge and food, person gets fame. And here you are telling because of the knowledge possessed by the mind, a person getting fame. What is the difference between that fame and this fame? He says, Atma paroksham vishrutatvam kirti yashaha swakarna samvedyam vishrutatvam. Without one's knowledge, the fame that spreads all over the world, that fame is called as kirti. And the fame that is known by one's organs, swakarna samvedyam. It is known by one's organs. You are knowing, people are coming and telling in front of you directly. That you are hearing about your own praises, fame all over the world. That is called as yashaha. Vishtihi. Vishti in the sense, kantihi. Dehagatam lavanyam. Vishti in the sense, kanti. Kanti is a luster. And that luster of what? Not of that one as it has come before. Before you have studied luster which generated or caused by Brahma Varchasam, by studying the Vedas and following the Vedic rites, the good deeds mentioned in the Vedas. No. Who is printing mistake? Who? Vyushti. Kanti. Therefore, the luster that you take here is only the bodily luster. And if you get the body luster also, you get fame anyway.
All actors and
actors, they don't touch, it's made actually. Painted. It's external paint, not natural anyway. You have to see this is some actresses and all, so black they are. You feel like vomiting itself by seeing them. But when they are in the cinema, they are so beautiful. Heroes. Tatascha, kirti sambhavat, kirtischa iti. Because due to that bodily luster also, a person can attain fame. Samana manyat. The rest of the mantra has to be understood as before. Atayasya urdhva sushihi, saudana, savayuhu, sa akashas, tad ojast mahaschitipasita, ojasvi mahasvan bhavati evam veda. Atha. Then, yuvasya urdhva sushi. That which is its upward opening, upward door or hole, that is being protected by the Vayu called as Udana, the particular form of air called as Udana. That means Udana is the adjunct to the Brahman. Therefore, Udanopadika Brahma is none other than Sa Vayu, is itself the Vayu. And that Vayu is itself again the Akasha. The Udana is identified as Vayu, the air, and air is identified as the Akasha, the space. Because of Karikarna Bhava here, Akasha Abhimani Devata you have to take. From there, the Vayu comes, and out of that Vayu is Udana. Here is not any Karana here, Karana and all is not taken. Vritti, Karana and Devata was being taken before. First you are taking the Vritti, that special form of air which is activating that particular organ, and the deity of that organ. These three were taken in order in the previous cases. But here is not like that. Vritti is there, and we are not relating that vritti to any organ, and the deity of that organ. That's the difference in between the previous four and this fifth one. Sakasha. Tad that which is thus is to be meditated on as ojascha mahascha, as vigor and greatness. Evam Veda, he whosoever knows thus and meditates also becomes ojasvi and mahasvan bhavati. He'll become vigorous and he'll become great. Atoyasya urdhva sushihi saudana. Then that which is of it means of that Hardha Brahma, the Brahman residing in the heart. Of that Brahman, the opening that is towards the upper direction. Urdhva Sushi. Sushi is the door, the hole, or the opening towards the upper direction. That is being protected by the vritti, activated and protected by the vritti, called as udana, the particular form of air called as udana. Why it is called as udana? Because up to now each and everything was being derived, is it not? We have derived what is prana, apana, samana, is it not? Therefore now the question arises, what is udana then? For that he says, Apadattaladārabhya urdhvam utkramanāt utkarsharthancha karma kurvan aniti iti udana. Ut anaha iti udana. Here there are two prefixes. Ut, upsarga, a upsarga, and ana pranadhatu with the pratyaya, it becomes udana. That's why it says utkramanat. Utkramanat. From where he has started and raised up, he says apadattalat. Urdhvam utkramanat. Beginning from the sole of your feet, it moves upwards. That is why it is called as udana. One reason. The other derivation is utkarsharthancha karma kurvan aniti. Utkarshartham. It moves means it helps while performing or in performing actions for rising up. Because if you want to get up, what you'll do? Take support of hand or something and get up. When you are rising up, the air that helps you, the particular form of air that's going to help you in lifting yourself up or lifting anything up is called as udana. Utkarsharthancha karma. Utkarsharthancha karma means any action that you perform for rising up. For that purpose, the air that moves, aniti, karma kurvan aniti, means gacchati, that is called as udana. Savayoho. And that udana is identified with vayu. Why with vayu? Why not with any organ? He says, because vayu tadadharascha. Because it is its support. It is its cause. Akasha. And also, Akasha, the space, is the cause of that vayu. Here we are taking the cause-effect theory. Not that before we are taking as the vritti, the organ, and the instrument of knowledge, and the deity presiding over it. That is not the order being taken over here. Here we are taking the cause and effect way. All this is depending upon the fifth chapter. These are two related here. This is related with the fifth chapter. In fifth chapter, there is Vyanas Tripati, Vayu Udanas Tripati, Udanaya Swaha. Udanaya Swaha. If you do like what I was, Vayu Tripati, Akasha Tripati, it is there. That is why these mantras are telling Vayu, Akasha, Udana, Vayu, Akasha are identical to each other. That which is called as Udana is itself the external air, and that which is the external air is itself the Akasha. अच्छा समान मन्यात धनी अभी बाकी है वायु आकाश और ओजो हेतुत्वात् देखो वायु एंड आकाश both are ojo hetutvat are the cause of vigor tadetat that which is thus should be made upon as vayu and as oja and what you call as mahascha. Why? Because it says for the ojas, for the vigor, the cause is vayu and akasha both. Vayu and akasha both are cause for vigor. Ojo balam. Oja you can take even the strength, not only vigor but also the strength. Mahatvacha mahayiti, because of its vastness. Vayu, you have to take it in order like this. Vayu, the air is the cause of vigor, and space is the cause of greatness. 1 to 1. Because If Vayu in your body is, all Vayus are in your body are okay, means your brahmacharya will be okay. If brahmacharya is okay, means your vigor will be okay. If the vigor is right, then strength is there. If you fail the vigor, the vitality, then automatically what happens? The brahmacharya is lost. The person becomes weak. There is no strength. So it is related to the Vayu. And what is that? Actually, it is the Vayu only throws the sperm, the virya and all that outside. That is why in Swadhisthana it is Vam. The Bija mantra is Vam. What Vam means what actually? It's water there. Water like it is shown, this Vam is shown like this. Water like is there like. And this also on water, a crocodile is there. On that crocodile is the yantra of Swadhisthana. And crocodile is the worst, sexiest animal. Worst, sexiest. And in Vam means, it is like this. Wow. There is the virya, what is here. Goes by like this, air rotates and throws out. That's why it is Vam. It is the air at this point, at the Swasthana chakra, that throws out the virya and makes abrahmacharya. If this air especially, which is in the Swadhisthana area, that's more important. And that gets disturbed due to two reasons. One, because of your food that is in the stomach. That will create that air, activate that air and make it throw out the virya. Or the other reason is the mind. The mind thinks of such sexual things, then automatically that sanskara vasana comes up, the air automatically gets activated over there. Therefore, air is the cause of vigor. And space is the cause of greatness. Because in one way, usually the sadhu says, how space is the cause of greatness? The big ashram you have, you are great then. If you have a small ashram, means you are a poor sadhu. Small kutia hai. Even in the external world, you see, all Jombudi people, hut people, small area, they are poor people. And you see that fellow is very great. Oh, millionaire. Because big bungalow and all around big space he has got and everything. Yeah. The space is the cause of greatness. They make like that.
But sadhu's case is different.
Huh?
Sadhu's case is different.
How?
I mean, he may be great.
Who?
People who are living in caves and in the Himalayan mountains.
That is different, because they are in the vast space then. They are not in cave at all.
But sadhus, I mean, for all three lokas is
Because they are above all, they have transcending everything. For them, Kartalavasa. Kartala Vicha, Tarutalavasa. They are having the whole Akasha itself as their house. Therefore, Swamiji was singing, I am a sannyasi. No money, no home. No money, no home. No love, no hate. I am a sannyasi. Swamiji was singing for the foreigners in English like this all the time. He sang with many such English, many songs like that. Many bhajans and kirtans and all. There's a book called Siddha Prarthana, printed up from our ashram. You can see that all that, many things. He's a very good singer, very, very good. In everything he's an expert. In every line, whatever you think, his knowledge is perfect in it. 100% perfect. You can ask anything, any subject. I have never seen such a person, multi-knowledge person. As engineering or taken over electrical, civil, mechanical, anything, computer, he knows it. You ask Jyotisha, he knows Jyotisha. You ask whatever you ask, he knows that. Immediately answer comes out. He not even think. A knowledge tank. Think tank, knowledge tank. When somebody suddenly asks, thinking that Swamiji was in seva, because he did not but do much studies on Shastras here and there. Swamiji Shivanji knowingly put him into the press and asked him to the editing job. Due to editing, he started to know a lot. He came into contact with many Shastras and knowledge and all. Developed Swamiji's lectures and this and that. He went on getting acclimated the knowledge, that's all. Otherwise, he has not studied any Shastra from any Guru directly. And knows everything. Any Upanishad, whatever you want. He has written also 9 principal Upanishad book. And therefore some people start, you might have not known anything about Buddha Darshan, Bauddhas. One fellow asked Swamiji, what do you say about Mahayana? Then he started to explain how Buddha was, what actually Buddha was, what is actual, what you call as the theory, the knowledge and status and everything is to explain first, and how that was misinterpreted by the people, his disciples only, and how the divisions came up. Everything started to explain. 3 hours he went on the same thing, countries, whole Buddha philosophy brought forward. And he said, you know only 2 yanas, Mahayana and Hinayana. I know the third yana is called the Vajrayana. So people don't know things. The question, person put the question, he has got a limited knowledge. He is beyond that. The person who asked was a professor. He said, I have never heard about Vajrayana. He said, that's what I told. You don't know even that. You see in such and such a books. It's very rare books about us which are dealing with the Vajrayana. Mostly they deal only with Mahayana and Hinayana. So how he got that? God knows. He went on explaining like anything. 3 hours. Only 1 hour satsang went on for 3 hours throughout that day. He could not stop himself also, and all were sitting quietly. 6 o'clock started. 7 o'clock satsang ends. From 7:15 is the kirtan up to 8:15. But nobody got up from there. No kirtan on that day. Up to 9 o'clock it went on. And suddenly what happened at 9 o'clock the alarm is kept. Big alarm is in ashram alarm. That alarm went on. That's how much said, well, 9 o'clock? Okay, good. Hari Om Tat Sat. Okay, ended there only. It was not completed, but it ended there. So I've seen such things. People are still. The reason is they are in that akasha, Brahmakasha only directly, where they are knowledge themselves. Whatever you want, the fountain is ready to flow out. That state will come. That is not only a siddhi, where Sata, Siddhyas and Kanta, Kopamoli, get all the Bhavana Kosh Jnanam, everything is there. But it is not only a siddhi, because for a Siddha Purusha also, certain times you have to think. You have to concentrate on that particular point. Then you will be able to answer. That's what happened to Veda Vyasa when Ganesha was writing. It was Riddhi Siddhi has got. He was not a Brahmajnani. So what happened? When a Kuta Shloka comes, Ganesha is thinking like, so what to do now? What is the meaning here exact? What it should be taken? He went to say what has happened actually in that time. He went to the back, or if the future event is, he went to the future and sees what it is. Then he has to write the shloka. In between, Vyasa makes 10,000 shlokas. At least 1,000 shlokas making in between. So such great people had also were forced to think what is the meaning of that particular word or something. But I saw him kata. Anything comes out anytime you want. So Akash is like that because it depends upon the person's status. And the building is not at all a bondage to you. You are not at all in a building, being in a building also. That was the status of such people. Once I saw, when I went up, he was upstairs. At that time the buildings were being constructed. It was just an ordinary room he was. He came suddenly from foreign and was there. I thought he might be inside the room. He just stood in the veranda. I called somebody discussing something. And Swami was just lying down outside. ऐसी साधा वो एक स्टूल जैसे था. He was on the stool. He was lying down. Must. Then the other sadhu said, "Hey, Swamiji, I'm going to go and disturbing him." Then Swamiji said, "You are not disturbing me. I've heard what all you have said." Lying on closed eyes, he was telling. I was in Yoga, but still I heard everything what you said. So such people you can't imagine at all what is, what is not. So Akash has got that property of greatness and vastness. The same property, the same quality will come that person meditates as Akasha. Samana Manyat. Rest of the mantra should be understood as before. Teva yete pancha brahma purushaha स्वर्गस्य लोक सद्वारपाः स य एतान् एवं पंच ब्रह्म पुरुषान् स्वर्गस्य लोक सद्वारपान् वेद अस्य कुले वीरो जायते प्रतिपद्यते स्वर्गं लोकं य एतान् एवं पंच ब्रह्म पुरुषान् स्वर्गस्य लोक सद्वारपान् वेद. You see, that's why there people told, I told before, Swargaloka means Brahma. See, here it's coming. Brahma Purusha Swargasya Lokasya Dvarapa. These Purusha are called as Brahma Purusha also. These 5 deities are called as Brahma Purusha because they are protecting the Brahman itself in one way. They are protecting, they are covering the doors and standing there as the doorkeepers. At the same time, these 5 persons are of Brahman only, letting not each and everybody enter into that Brahmaloka directly. Just like, as they say, any person dies and Kashyap gets mukti. But it's not like that. There is one fellow called as Kala Bhairava. He will be sitting there in between. When you go, he will start to beat you like anything to remove all your papa, to exhaust all the evils. Said you should become pure, then only you will be going inside. But as soon as he starts beating, the people run away from there, back to the earth. That's what they say there. Therefore, all who die here will not get moksha at all. Otherwise, how you can say that Yarite Jnana Mukti? Go and die in Kashi. When Muslims are dying there, then they will get mukti. When dogs are dying, animals are dying, they will also get mukti then. Yarite Jnana Mukti, question ends up there. Navidite Pantayanaya, all these things, statements of Shrutis, will be forfeited. Therefore, they have to say, no, there is some person in between who will not let you go and meet Shivji at all directly. And he will start to torture like anything. The grade 4 torture of police. And they say, they put the Trishul into you. As soon as he Trishul, you start to be running away from there. Not let him to pierce you. So that's what this is. That's why they have to come back to the earth. All cannot mukti there. Tevayete. They indeed, who are these? The 5 persons of Brahman. Swargasya, Lokas, Dvargapaha, who are the doorkeepers of the heavenly world of Brahman within the heart. Saya etan evam panch brahma prashan Swargasya, Lokas, Dvargapahan Veda. He whosoever it might be, who knows and meditates on these 5 persons of Brahman, who are the doorkeepers of that heavenly world, that is the Brahman within the heart. Asya kule viro jayate. In his lineage, a hero will surely take birth. A great person will take birth in the sense. Great saint will take birth. Not only that, this is Drishtaphala, the tangible result. What is he will attain? What is the benefit to him then? The benefit to him is because he is going to attain such a great son. Because of that son, he will be getting rid of many debts. Rishirin, Pitrin, all rin will be exhausted. And he will be able to attain Brahman itself. This is how a son will also indirectly help the father to attain the Brahman. That's what it says. Pratipadyate swargam lokam. And that person will surely attain the heavenly world, the Brahman itself, which is enshrined within the heart. Who? Ya etana pancha prashan swargasya lokas dvaravan Veda. He whosoever knows and meditates thus the 5 persons related to that Brahma, or 5 persons of that Brahman, who are also the doorkeepers of this heavenly world. There is a Brahman within the heart. This is the actual result of the meditation. Teva yete yatoktaha. Teva yete. They indeed, who are these? Who are mentioned as mentioned above. Yatoktaha. Pancha. Sushi sambandat. Pancha. As and because owing to their connection with the 5 doors, they are said to be 5. But they are actually 1. That is Brahman itself. Because we said already before, Pranopadika Brahma, Vyanopadika Brahma, Apanopadika Brahma. That means what? They are all Brahman itself. By due to the adjuncts, number is 5. Therefore we say the persons of Brahman are also 5. Who is that Brahman of whom these 5 are these 5 deities are persons like persons? That Brahman is nothing but Hardasya Brahmana. They are the Brahman, the consciousness, supreme consciousness that is residing in the heart. Of that Brahman only are these 5 Purushaha, persons. Rajapurusha Eva, they are just like the doorkeepers of a king. Dvarasthaha, they are also being stationed at the doors to control the evil people entering into the heart directly. Swargasya, Hardasya. You see? Swargasya means what? Hardasya Brahmana, Lokasya. Lokyatiti Loka, Chaitanyam Prakasha. That supreme consciousness is called as Brahman, which was for meditation purpose only, for the facilitate the mind to do its concentration. It was adduced to the heart. The one vast Brahman, which is all pervading, for meditation purpose only, was stated to be enshrined within the heart. Brahmano Hardasya, Lokasya, Dvarapalaha, they are the doorkeepers. Yeterhi Chakshu Shrotra Vang Manah Pranir Bhairmukha Pravrittair Brahmano Hardasya Prapti Dvarani Niruddhani. You see, by these deities only, we are being kept away from express the Brahman, and the doors are being closed for us. Prapti Dvarani Niruddhani. The doors to attain that Brahman are Niruddhani, means remained closed. It is why Yeterhi. It is because of these 5 persons only. They are not letting us. They have closed the door. That's why before we have read a prayer, in which asks, please open the door, open that latchet and all. Let me have your darshan, let me be you itself. And now, not only being him, we want to be Brahman itself. Praptidvara Niruddhani, by whom? Yeteri, by these people only. Who are these? Chaksho, Shrotra, Vang, Manah, Prani. Chaksho, Shrotra, Vang, Man, and Pranihi. Bhairmukha Pravrittahi, who are moving outwards always. Paranchikani Vetranat Swayambho, Parang Pashyati Nantaratman. Kadaupanishad. That's what is telling here also. Bhairmukha Pravrittahi, they are always becoming extrovert. All these indriyas, these sense organs are moving outwards. Chakshu, Shrotra, the main 4 is counting, and it's being activated by prana, by the vital force. By these, actually, because of their always moving outwards, what's happening? It seems to be the doors are closed for us, by which we could have attained Brahman. Pratyakshami etat. And it says, for certainly it is a perceivable fact by all. We are daily sleeping, but we don't know we are Brahman. We are become one with it all every day, but still we are not able to know it. Pratyakshami etat ajita karanataya. Because of having no control over the organs. Ajita karna. Jita karna is one who has control over organs. So one the sense organs. Means control over sense organs. Then we are what? Ajita karana taya. As and because we have no control over our sense organs. It is very clear, it is perceivable fact by all of us that bhaya vishaya sanga andrita pratyudhatvat nahade brahmani manahatishtati. That is why this mind does not want to meditate on that Brahman even for a second actually. Why? Bhaya Vishay Asanga Andrita Pratyudatva. Because it remains fully engrossed with the false attachment to the external things. Pratyuda means fully engrossed, in which in Andrita, in the false Asanga attachment on to which to the Bhaya Vishaya, to the external things. Because the mind and these all sense organs, through these sense organs, the mind is being engrossed totally, is totally engaged in the external objects only. And how are those external objects? And what is our relationship with them? He says, Andrita. It is actually a false asanga attachment. Therefore, na harde brahmani manah tishtati. Therefore, this mind never settles or never meditates properly, even a second, on that Brahman which is within our heart also. Therefore, how it can think over the Brahman is all pervading. When you are not able to see a single bulb light, how you can face the sun? Impossible. यदि आपको एक छोटा सा लाइट का अभी प्रकाश चुभेगा तो प्रकाश का सूर्य का प्रकाश क्या होगा? अंधा बना देगा. So when you are not able to see the Brahman residing in our heart itself, we are not able to meditate on that place also. How will we be able to meditate on the all-pervading Brahman? It is impossible for such people. Tasmat Satyam Uktam. Therefore, it has been truly said that Yete Pancha Brahma Purushaha Swargasya Lokasya Dvarapaha. Therefore, it is said that all these 5 people are just like doorkeepers. That is, the door is ever shut by these people. Rarely do they open them for somebody. Kaschid Dhira Avratta Takshaho Amritattam Icchan. Only for such people the doors will be open. Otherwise, it is always closed. That is why these 5 persons are called as doorkeepers. Brahma Purusha, they are the persons of that Brahman, the 5 persons of that Brahman, who are the doorkeepers of that heavenly world. That heavenly world in the sense here, that are the Brahman itself. Ataha Saya Etanayam Yatokta Guna Vishishtan Swargasya Lokasdvarapan Veda. Veda means Upaste, Upasanaya Vashikaruti. Therefore, Eta Sayaha, he whosoever, having known those qualities which were mentioned above, Yatokta Guna Vishishtan, qualities mentioned above, Sarvagasya Lokasdvarapan, with those qualities, who are there, those deities, the 5 Brahma Purushas, who are the doorkeepers, those heavenly world, that heavenly world, if we meditate on them, upaste, upasanaya vashikaroti, that means we'll win over or we'll be subjugating those deities, then sa rajadvarapala, different word, dvarapalan iva upasana vashikritya tair anivaritaha pratipadyate. Just like the doorkeepers of a king, if they are subjugated or won over by any means, then what will happen? Because they are subjugated, they will never hinder your movement towards going inside and at meeting the king. Similarly is here. After having subjugated those deities, those 5 Brahma Purushas, surely they will not hinder you. Unhindered, you will be able to attain that Brahman. Swargam Lokam Rajanam Vyavahardam Brahma. What are you going to attain? You will be attaining just like that person meets the king. Here you are going to meet that Swargam Lokam is what? Hardam Brahma Iva. Kincha. Not only that. This is the actual result. You are going to experience your own self within the heart. This is the actual result. But there is another tangible result, secondary result also. What is that? Kincha. Asya vidushasya vidusha kule vira putro jayate. In that person's lineage, in his what you call as progeny, vira putro jayate. A heroic, a great son is going to take birth. Vira purusha sevana. As and because you are meditating on these great people. The 5 doorkeepers are not ordinary deities, sun and etc. Because of owing to your serving the heroic persons. Veera Purusha Sevana. You were serving, you are meditating. That meditation itself, serving them. Is it not? Therefore, you have served such heroic 5 persons, therefore you will have surely at least one son of that great caliber. Tasya charina pakranena. How, why, what is the necessity of telling this? What is the relationship between attaining that Brahman and son? Will that son help me in attaining the Brahman? Nowadays, no son will help in attaining his father's Brahman. They are ready to send the fathers to Naraka. Go to by hell, that's better. not even to heaven. Therefore, how is it possible? They says, oh no, this is not the Kali Yuga Putra here, Kali Putra. He's a Satya Putra, Amara Putra. In the Vedas they call Amara Putra. Tasya cha rina apakaranena brahmopasana pravritti hetutvam. You see. Because that son, the son becomes the cause of the father becoming engaged in the meditation on Brahman by repaying the debt. Rina apakarani. What was the rina on him? The Pitri rina was there, which is haunting him to get into this line. And that is removed, that is repaid by having such a great son. Because it depends upon the son also. If his karma is bad, then it will affect the father also. Depends on if the karma, the son. That's why it's told, एक बेटा साधु हो गया तो 14 पीढ़ी का उद्धार हो गया. That's why it's been stated like that. If one son goes on the right path, the right way, then it will automatically give solace to many of the lineage itself. The whole lineage itself gets solace by that. It depends upon that person. Therefore, the father has meditated on such great people, the 5 great people. This is what we saw. The Kunti got 5 great sons. And she got all of them from 5 different great deities. Therefore, one was the greater than the other in their own way. All the 5 were liked by God. And God wanted to save all the 5, not only one Arjuna. He saved all the 5. So that is the main reason is here, Veera Purusyavanad. Tasya Rina Apakaranena. By repaying the debt actually, Brahmopasana Pravrittitvam, that it will be helping the father in his moving towards or getting engaged in the meditation on Brahman. Tatascha Sargaloka Pratipatte Parampariyena Bhavati. You see, therefore, Parampariyena, it is not Sakshat, Parampariyena. Through successive stages. Parampariyena is through successive stages. Because it depends on just having a son is of no use. You have to give proper sanskara, proper education, put him from the beginning itself the right path. It's a big job, very, very big job. And the most difficult job. It's better don't have children. झंझट करना कहाँ पुत्र अब वो कैसे संस्कार वासना होगा हम उसको ठीक कर कितना ठीक करेंगे. जब 100% एक्वर्ड पैदा हो गया कितना ठीक करेगा. पुत्र राक्षस पैदा हो जाए हम उसको देवता कैसे बना देंगे. भैंस को काला भैंस को सफेद बनाना, काला भैंस को सफेद बनाओ कैसे होगा. इम्पॉसिबल. My father actually, his father always was telling, you are the only right one. I know all this fire what he was telling. I said, no, those were Pandavas. I am bad. I am Karna. Because you know that I am going out. You are always telling this. I know you will not stay long. Then why you are thinking me as good? I am bad because I may be living any time you are telling. So, why you are thinking? No. Because you are on the right way. You are always right only. And all these things are shaitan. Then I would say, okay. Then they are the Panchabhutas. I am the Adhisthana. Pancha Jnanendriyas controlled by me. And actually it happened later on. All the 5 were controlled by me until I was there. The elder 3 and younger 2. All the 5 were controlled. Whatever I said, they have to do. They were doing. Because they know that what this fellow says is right. What they think on themselves do, it will be wrong. They have suffered. Therefore, they just blindly follow. So, it depends upon that. Having children, he got 6. But what was the use of them? So, very, very difficult job to put them on the right path and preparing them in such a way that they will be helpful in your spiritual development. That is very difficult. Once Bhimsen master who comes here also, who lives there, he asked one day, nowadays, why you people are going against this Varana Sankara, Vivahas and all? In the olden days, all rishis have done the same. Like some Kshatriya ladki laya और शादी कर लिया, some Brahman ladki laya जो Kshatriya ladki शादी कर लिया. What is this? It's happened in the history itself is like that. The whole of history is like that. Vedavyasa himself took birth in that way. Narayana came in that way. So all are like that only. Then I said, you see, the only difference is that you read that history properly. Whenever they have married such a woman, then they made her do tapasya first and brought her up to their level. Then only they breeded, not before that. See, Diti, all stories are like that. They are made a Payavrata Karo for 1 month. That was enough for that quality people. 1 month was enough. But nowadays I ask, after marriage, how many days they are brahmachari? Are they making the wife to do any tapasya? Have you brought their lower caste? How you are going to cut down her bad souls of that caste and build up to your caste level? What tapasya are getting done from her? Or have you got that tapasya in yourself to burn off all her bad vasanas and all? Those rishis had got that capacity. Either they would ask them to do the japa tapa vrata, or they had got the capacity to build her up to that state. They are bringing her up to their level by their own tapashakti. But here neither the boy has got tapashakti nor the girl has tapashakti. So soon after marriage the machinery starts. So what is the use then? So this is the main reason why we are trying to stop this, trying to maintain the proper breed. I would give them an example, why the German Hound is so costly. Why not these dogs? Why won't you buy 25,000 rupees this puppy? That will take birth in a gully. For a German Hound you have to pay 25,000 rupees. Why? He is not as a dog's puppy. Because of the breed. It's being maintained. Pure. That's the main reason why it's costly. And similarly, if we maintain, Brahmin marries a Brahmin only, the breed is maintained. And that breed will give the Vira Purushas. The Yoga Purushas can be, not otherwise. So therefore he says here, Paramparina, through successive stages, every son is a cause, or even a son is a cause for the attainment of Brahman by the father. Tatasya Swargaloka Pratipatte Paramparena Bhavati iti Swargaloka Pratipatti Reva Ekam Phalam. The sole result of this upasana is to attain the heart of Brahman itself.